Oh, is that a baseball bat? I can just tank it. I got my qigong going on, man. Iron shirt technique and shit. You can't even do anything to me with that shit. Yeah, no, you don't. You personally don't have to be polite and nice and forthcoming to people. You don't have to make space for these kinds of people. It's just that I also believe that if there is no space for those kinds of people, where they're not given the basic grace of just being listened to and talked to like a human being, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. They're gonna keep involving themselves in groups and in positions that make them more hateful. So I don't want to be part of that problem, but I'm also not saying that everybody has to necessarily be part of the solution. Fuck. Because that takes work. Like, some people will say shit that it's just like, oh, I want to punch you in the face. I would feel justified in punching you in the face, but I won't. I'll be polite, I'll hear you out, and I'll tell you where you're wrong, and hopefully you'll listen. I'm in a privileged position where there are very few people that it's very unlikely that I will be harmed by society overall because of how I've grown up, who I am, what kind of person I am, what I know how to do.
I pity you.
But I like to use my privileged position and the privilege that I have to try and help people. And if I can make the world just a slightly better place, or make someone's life just slightly better, then I've done good. I've done something good, and I've done a good job. You know? And if that means talking about how acting like a creep, like just spelling out, hey, this is creepy, and acting like a creep is gonna make people not like you. If that helps somebody, then I'm gonna say it, and I think I've done a good job then. There are a lot of people who have heard me say this and misinterpreted and thinking that I think everybody should do this. No. You gotta be, you gotta have you have to have the emotional capacity to be able to do this, and not everybody does. And that's not a flaw. What the fuck? Can I not block in this? Because I feel like I'm blocking and parrying. Is my guard ignored? Anyway. It's not everybody's responsibility. Hold on. Take damage. Yeah, nothing about guard being ignored. God damn it! Nothing about guard being ignored. But yeah, I don't want to feed into the negativity. I don't want to fester that. I want to challenge it. I want to try and make the world a better place. And there are certain strategies that people use that I just don't think do that. Like I got into an argument with someone that I know, and I was just like, it's not about everyone having to listen to these people that you might disagree with. It's just making sure that there are spaces where they can be heard and listened to, and they're not automatically dismissed. Because ultimately, that's what leads people to find communities that are hateful, that are like super isolationist, that lead to really, really bad viewpoints and outcomes, is because they don't feel like they have the space to express themselves without being ridiculed. It's a fine line of being able to tell someone they're wrong without talking down to them, and that requires a lot of emotional effort and a lot of work that not everybody has, and nor do they have to have that. Like, and if you do have that, it doesn't make you a better person. It just means that you're able to do that. I don't think I'm a better person because I'm willing to hear people out, even if what they're saying is complete bullshit. I'm able to hear them out, and I'm also willing to be like, no, you're like, what you're feeling right now isn't valid. What you're feeling right now is wrong, and here's why it's wrong. Because a lot of people will, I think what happens is a lot of people will hear me say, like, these people just want to, like, we just need spaces where these kinds of people are allowed to be heard without being automatically dismissed. And they will think I mean validating them, but I don't mean validating them. Like, because that's not what I'm saying. Just, you know, just let them make their point and then tell them that, you know, they're wrong, and just don't be mean about it. You don't need to be nice about it. You also don't need to be mean about it either. It's a very fine line. It's difficult, and that's why not everybody has to do it. Fuck off. Stupid. Ah! And if you like, especially if you don't have the emotional capacity to deal with it, like, these kinds of conversations and the things that a lot of these kinds of people will say are extremely upsetting and extremely stressful to do, especially if you're part of a group that they might have these views about. Which is why, like, I don't necessarily think that everybody should be doing it. I think it should be people who aren't necessarily affected by what these kinds of people are saying. I'm being a little bit vague here because it is very much tied to politics, and I've gone on record of I've been very explicit about my personal politics, but it doesn't just apply to that. It applies to all sorts of things, like opinions and social interaction, dating advice. It applies to everything other than politics. I'm just being particular. I'm like, it's good. It's something that affects everything about what it means to be a person who's interacting with greater society. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. Dodging. Oh, it's fucking dodging, dude. Oy. Because, like, you know, I'm willing to argue with people. I enjoy having conversations. I enjoy speaking about subjects. I enjoy having debates with people. And that willingness has allowed me to talk to people as if they're human beings and not just as their arguments. And I think in general that works better than being super combative. Being super combative is like entertaining, especially if you're doing it for an audience. And fuck off. There is a nuance to being combative when you're having these kinds of conversations and what setting you're doing those conversations in, because there are times where it is that kind of combativeness is called for and will get your point across better and will help convince other people, but not always. And it's about knowing when to pick and choose your techniques, knowing when it's the right time to be aggressive, insulting, and dismissive, and when it's time to be compassionate and understanding. Also, being compassionate and understanding will make you better at arguing your own points. Because if you can understand where the other person is coming from, it makes it easier to argue against them. It does. And again, like I said, that's not everybody's. I really don't believe that's everybody's responsibility. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I just also suggest not necessarily adding to the grief either, because your energy could be better spent doing other things. All right. Let's keep going, shall we? All right. I just feel a certain level of responsibility when I put my thoughts out there, when I'm making points out in public. Like, I don't really have an audience, you know? My quote-unquote audience on YouTube is infinitesimally small, but my opinion is still out there. I have no idea who's actually gonna hear what I'm saying. So I do feel a certain level of responsibility of trying to give good advice, of trying my best not to contribute to people's grief, you know? And if I could, you never really know who you're gonna reach and how you're gonna reach them. And if I can convince someone to improve their lives and not be a little shithead, I'm gonna try. And I think bringing it up casually is one of the best ways to do it. It certainly helped me. People were willing to hear me out and understand where I was coming from. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Pop, pop, pop. Let's go. It took me a while to fucking grow up. And if I can help other people grow up and not be a fucking dickhead, I will. Because, you know, especially when it comes to politics, you're never going to get everybody to agree with everything that you say. But, like, we can at least try to get people to agree to not treat people, like, terribly and not hate people, you know, just for being who they are. And that I actually do think we can do. You know, we can't get everybody to, we will never be able to get everybody to agree on, like, how to best run the economy. Who fucking knows how to best run it? Nobody knows how to best run the economy. Even economists don't know how to best run the economy. But, like, we can at least, like, convince people to, like, hey, maybe don't be racist. Maybe don't be sexist. Maybe that leads to worse outcomes for everybody. And there's a lot of people who will say, no, we can't do that. And I disagree. I think time and time again it is proven the more ideas people are exposed to, the less hateful they become. And I try to be a voice of positive change in that way. This is why I need the strong sweep. Okay, there we go. Let's not destroy this thing. That would be really dumb of me. Come on, out of here! I'm really glad he dodged. No! Oh, I was so close. I'm gonna keep at this until I at least get this one. We'll see how I feel once I get 3 stars. This is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You can't stop me. I'm gonna have some water first, though. So why I want to try and encourage like political discussion on my channel, why I didn't cut it out the last time it got super political, and why I haven't cut out any kind of politics on this channel, because I think the best way to improve the world is to be able to have these kinds of casual conversations about serious topics, but in a more casual setting. And like, and again, there's a nuance to this, because right now, unfortunately, because of the state of the world, a lot of what's politics is going on is gonna be depending upon what you view, you're gonna be advocating for actively making a lot of people's lives worse depending upon your viewpoint, and to the point where it's incredibly dangerous, and you'll be advocating for things that will get people killed. So it's like, it's understandable why there's a big pushback to my viewpoint of trying to be like accommodating to these people, because a lot of what they'll say and a lot of what they technically stand for by believing the things that they believe in will, like, yeah, it's really bad. And I wish it were as easy as just making fun of them, and that being the only thing we need to do, because giving those kinds of people space, like, feels bad. I get that, and that's why I think I don't think it's everyone's responsibility to do that. It's only like it. If it's gonna happen, like, it should only be by people who are willing to take on the emotional effort and the stress that comes with that. Because, oh my god, having to talk to people who have certain viewpoints, just like, it attacks you. It attacks your soul. And so, yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody who's not willing to do it. I'm just tired of being condemned for doing it, because, like, that has happened to me many times. Fuck. I feel like if I parry someone with a baseball bat, they would get stunned. You know? I'm gonna punch you, pong! Ow! I hit my hand on the fucking baseball bat! My hand is broken, but I'm not gonna stop attacking! Oh well. It is what it is. Alright, let's keep... Why are they even doing this? Why are they even fighting me? Like, what do they gain by, you know, just hanging out here and fighting me in an art gallery?
No freaking way.
Oh my god. I'm getting very annoyed. I want to get this 3 stars. I want those 3 stars, buddy, and you're not giving it to me, game. Why should I have to earn it? Just give it to me. I've already put in so much time and effort already. You should just have some mercy and give it to me without me earning it. That's fine. That's how we teach good values right there. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Punching me while I'm punching your friend? How dare you? Oh, man. Let's see, I got another hour before I have to go, so, you know, I got time. We're gonna do this.